Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of a weekly Waypoint. This is our first time in Halo 3. This wasn't my first match, but it was definitely one of my first matches. It was probably up there within the first 2 or 3. I haven't played the campaign yet. I'm about 75% done with the Halo 2 campaign as it currently stands, and I have lots of games pulling me in lots of different directions, which is why it's been taking me so long. I also have a nice stuffy nose to record with. But yeah, Halo 3's out, I've been playing it, it's pretty gosh damn fun, it held up quite well to be perfectly honest. I don't remember it looking this different from Reach from the stuff I'd seen, but it does. Reach is so much more like, what's the word, gritty, whereas this is true to the usual Halo formula of colourful space marine dudes doing colourful space marine things. Now that we are almost, we're most of the way through the Master Chief Collection's added games, for instance, I've now played through the original Halo trilogy, at least multiplayer wise, I feel like I can say that, yeah, Halo deserves a lot of the praise it gets, and it holds up well. A lot of the games, when you go back and you play them a decade after they've been released, but it's the first time for you playing it, normally doesn't hold up as much as the people who love the franchise say it does, but I think in this instance it does. Also with this update came Season 2 to the Master Chief Collection, and I'm really happy with it because they've added cosmetic options to Halo 1, which, most importantly, can be turned off. So if you don't care about that fucking millennial cosmetic shit in games and you just want to play your Halo 1 and Master Chief Collection without worrying about what other people look like, you can turn that off so everyone just looks normal to you. Don't worry about that. But for those of us who like fun sorry, that was a bit mean. Season 2 now has new unlockables to allow you to customise your visor, your gun skins, the skins of the vehicles you enter, stuff like that. And I fucking love that kind of thing. The thing I love the most about it is that it's entirely free. I don't know if future seasons will all be free. I have a feeling that maybe when they run out of content to add to MCC, like as in games to add to MCC, they might start doing paid seasons because they want to monetize it somehow. But at the minute, it's all free, and that's fucking fantastic. And you know what's even better? You can unlock stuff from Season 1 still. When you have your unlock tokens, you can just unlock a Season 2 thing, or you can unlock a Season 1 thing if you didn't finish it, which I didn't, because the XP grind was a little bit crazy. And there's also challenges now. There's the weekly challenges and seasonal challenges for milestones hit of, you know, a certain amount of sniper kills or a certain amount of multiplayer games played, that kind of thing. And it works in the campaign as well, which is great because I haven't finished Halo 2, and it also incentivizes playing through the campaign a lot. I'm basically in love with this update. It's fucking fantastic. My dream would be if they could somehow retrofit theatre to work in Halo 1 and 2, but I feel like that's probably a pipe dream. That would probably require an insane amount of coding. I feel like the games just aren't built that way, but it would be nice anyway. For instance, these 2 matches aren't even matches that I recorded specifically for the weekly Waypoint. I would have done better in them if I had, probably. Let's be honest, probably not. But I just picked 2 5-minute matches in my backlog of theatre mode saved shit, and I'm using them for this video because I don't have a lot of time to record something fresh right now, and also it's Halo 3 and that's what I want to do anyway. And also, when you specifically go out of your way to record something for a video, some people call it the Let's Player's curse. You're just inherently worse because I think there's like this mental block of people are going to be watching this perspective of me. But then again, I say that and I don't particularly perform well in either of these games I'm showing you, so yeah, either way, maybe I just suck at Halo. But it's not the winning, right? It's the taking part that counts. Except you get less XP for taking part than you do for winning, so... Speaking of winning, I got the Platinum Trophy in Assassin's Creed 2 yesterday. Not yesterday, day before? I don't know, what even is time? And you know what? I can meme about how Petruccio deserved what he got all day long, but when it comes down to it, collecting the feathers at the end of a game wasn't miserable. I used a guide, and I put a podcast on, and I developed a method of how I would go from one to the next to the next to the next, and if there wasn't one there, I wasn't going to be too overly paranoid about whether I'd collected it or if I was just missing it, and it turned out fine. There were 2 instances of me going, wait, what? How is there still one left? But those were resolved fairly quickly, because if you don't already know, you have to collect 100 feathers across all of Assassin's Creed 2 for one of the trophies, and yeah, I actually enjoyed doing it. So, I mean, yeah, sometimes I worry that I'm collecting platinum trophies for the sake of collecting platinum trophies as like an arbitrary thing that I don't actually enjoy doing. But then I look at what I'm doing and I realise I am enjoying doing it. And as I say that sentence, I realise how stupid my subconscious is. Oh no, I'm worried that I'm not enjoying the thing that I'm enjoying. Christian, come on, get it together, man. But I have since moved on to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and I'm surprised at how much more polished that game is. It's gameplay wise, it's not really any different to Assassin's Creed 2, but it's as if someone took Assassin's Creed 2, went back in time and gave the developers an extra year to polish it. It's really good. I mean, obviously I already knew it was really good because I've already played for it, and also Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was my first proper, I wouldn't say entry in the franchise because I played 2 first, but the first thing I knew about Assassin's Creed was watching someone play through Brotherhood on YouTube. And while the free running is the same as it is in 2, the combat is far better. The UI looks even sleeker than before, which I already thought Assassin's Creed 2's UI was a bit better. There's just lots of tiny little things that I can't necessarily think of off the top of my head, which are just things that you notice in the world as you're playing it that are like, oh, nice. I'm glad that they changed this, or added this, or made this just a little bit better. Most notably, 40-year-old Ezio doesn't look like fucking Eminem like he does at the end of Assassin's Creed 2, which I found super distracting. Why does he look like Eminem? I mean, you could say that he did it first because Eminem wasn't 40 by that point, but I don't know. He just looks like him. It's super weird, but not in Brotherhood. In Brotherhood, the graphics are a little bit better too. So you think with the Ezio collection, they would have remastered all the games to the same graphical standard, but I guess not. It just kind of looks like an up-res to me. But a lot of the clay faces are gone, so that's nice. I'm really enjoying playing through the Assassin's Creed series. I can't wait to get to Assassin's Creed 3, which will be the first fresh game in the series that I play in this whole thing that I'm doing. And if you don't know about this whole thing that I'm doing, go to kritigri.wordpress.com and you'll see that I'm doing a whole series on platinuming the Assassin's Creed series as a whole. Something which could prove a little troublesome when it comes to Black Flag and Unity, which are apparently 2 games with multiplayer achievements that are kind of an ass to get. I've also started recording audio versions of my blog posts and putting them on a Spotify, not Spotify, on a podcast thing, on a podcast feed, which I'm calling Kritigri FM, which is for that and other things too. Not only have I recorded audio versions of 3 of my blog posts, but I've also put out a thoughts on podlet, which I think is a term that people use, and it's basically like a 9-minute video without a video. It was going to be a video, and it now is an audio thing instead. So if you're interested in that, search for Kritigri FM on Spotify or wherever else that you listen to that kind of thing, except perhaps Apple Podcasts, because I used a picture of my World of Warcraft character, and apparently that infringes on copyright, to which I say, go fuck yourself, Apple. What's that smell? It smells like burning bridges? That's weird, there were no bridges there in the first place. But anyway, that's a little project that I'm working on, and Pictures Without Pictures is still going strong. We recorded our 3rd episode yesterday, all about 4, and I think that went pretty goddamn well. I'm still trying to figure out the echoing issue, and I'm pretty sure I've got it sorted for next week, which is what I said last week, so don't listen to a word I say, just wait for it to be fixed. But if the echo bothers you too much, there is always the live VOD version on YouTube at my live version of my channel. Yeah, so this is a thing. I'm super promoting this podcast everywhere, like on my personal feed, which like my Facebook friends and stuff can see as well, like in my story feed, and I'm just relentless with it now. Like every week I'm like, hey, go over here and listen to this, and that's something I don't really do with videos for some reason. Maybe I should. Maybe I will start doing that at some point, but I don't know, just like I've been trying to build up my confidence a bit more lately, and I think that's helped with actually making myself promote content that I make, so hopefully that works well. Last year I did promote a video that I did on Reddit. I say promote, I just posted it. It was a list of 10 places to go in World of Warcraft, like 10 of my favourite places in World of Warcraft, and I put that on the WoW subreddit, and it got like super disliked into the ground. It got like a few dislikes, and I kind of mentioned it on Twitter like, that's a shame, I wonder why people dislike this video, and then it got disliked into the ground, which I then realised was like trolls who search for people who say that kind of thing on Twitter and then dislike their videos because, I don't know, people are damaged. And I didn't like take that to heart as real feedback. I just turned the likes versus dislikes off, but it definitely put me off promoting videos like that in the future. but like there was a small part of me which was like, but why? And I've watched that video back since, and I think that's still one of the best videos I've ever really made. So fuck that, I'm gonna promote my shit. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna try and make a living out of it or anything, but I would like maybe a nice little audience of a couple thousand people. That's like my dream. So yeah, maybe we'll get there one day. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, for this weekly Waypoint, and yeah, it's been a good one. We're 118 episodes in? I think last time I said that we were on 115, so I think now we should be around 118. And I see no plans of stopping this series anytime soon. That being said, maybe I should get better at Halo first.